Welcome to course 11. Today we're going to talk about word problems, one-step word problems where we have to combine information we get or separate information that we get in order to come up with the answers that we need. We're going to write equations for one-step word problems about combining and also about separating. For this lesson, we do not have any vocabulary. I do encourage you to go back and review the vocabulary from previous lessons. Continue to learn and commit to memory those words and their definitions. In this lesson, we will begin by solving one-step word problems by writing and solving equations for the problems. To write an equation, it's helpful to understand the plot of the word problem. Problems with the same plot can be modeled with the same equation or formula. In this lesson, we consider two common plots. One common plot is the problems in which we combine the information we have. For this example, you have Albert, who has $12 and Betty has $15. If you add them together they have $27 each. Problems about combining have an addition thought pattern that we show with the formula sum, and if we add more to it, we end up with a total where S plus M equals T. So if Albert has $12 and Betty has 15, then how much do they have together? Well, they have 27. That would be the answer if we were solving for T. For our first example, in the morning, the trip odometer in Mr. Chin's car reads 47 miles. At the end of the day, the trip odometer reads 114 miles. So how many miles did Mr. Chin drive? So in this one here, if you have some miles, and at the end of the day, you have a total amount of miles, we need to know what this is. That's what we're after. We're after this one right here. See if you can solve this one and then continue the video and see if you got it right. What we understand is that we recognize that the problem has an addition pattern. Mr. Chin drove some miles and then he drove some more miles. We write the equation down here in the tripometer. Here's our 47. Mr. Chin drove 114 miles total. That's the information that we're giving from the problem. We've got to solve how many more did he drive? What was the missing M? To find M, the unknown addend, we subtract. We confirm our arithmetic is correct by subtracting the answer into the original equation. So if we take the 114 miles here and we subtract the 47, then we can get our answer to M, which is the 67. The way we confirm that is we add those two together, 47 and 67, do the total 114. So our answer for this problem, this example, is the 67 miles. The first scout troop encamped in the ravine. A second troop of 130 scouts joined them, making a total of 312 scouts. So how many scouts were in the first troop? This is exactly the same as the very first problem, the example we just did, except for now you're solving for the first part of it, this part here, and not this part, because we're giving the 312 here and we're also giving the 137. Now we've got to solve for that. See if you can do that one on your own, and then let's check your answer. Okay, we recognize that this problem is about combining. There were some scouts, then some more scouts came. We used the addition formula. We can solve this problem by writing an equation using S to stand for the number of scouts in the first troop, and M for the number of the second troop, and T for the total amount of scouts. Then we just subtract. We take our 312, right, and we subtract how many we know we have, which is 137. And that tells us the missing troop, the missing amount in troop number 1. So for this example, our answer is 175 scouts. Pretty easy stuff. Should be review for you. If it's not, please get with me tomorrow so that we can go over it 101. Another common idea in word problems is separating an amount into two parts. One problem about separating involves something going away. So here's an example. Mr. Smith wrote a check to Mr. Rodriguez for $37.50. If $824 was available in Mr. Smith's account before he wrote the check, how much was available after he gave the check to Mr. Rodriguez? This problem is similar to addition, except we're going to subtract. We know that Mr. Smith had a total of $824 to begin with. If he then wrote a check for $37.50, then how much is left in his account. That's what we're doing. You just got to know where to put the numbers. Where does the 824 go? Where's the 3750 go? And how do you solve that? So in this case here, we're just going to you take that 824, you subtract the 3740 to get your balance. So if Tim baked 4 dozen muffins, he made a platter with some of the muffins and gave them away to the school bake sale. He had 32 muffins left, which he packed in a freezer bag to store in the freezer. How many muffins did Tim give away at the bake sale? So first thing you've got to do is you've got to calculate how many 4 dozen muffins are. And then you've got to subtract the amount of muffins that he had left over to find out how many that he had originally gave away. See if you can figure this out and then restart the video. We understand that we recognize that this problem is about separating. Tim had some muffins, some went away, so we know we're going to be subtracting. The strategy we choose is to write an equation using 48, which is 4 dozen times 12 was 48 muffins. We come up with that, so we know that he had 48 to begin with, and we know that he ended up with 32. So in order to find out what the missing amount of muffins are, which is A, to find the unknown number, the subtrahend in the subtraction pattern we subtract. So then we verify, so we take our 48, we put it here, we subtract how many we had left over, and that tells us how many right there that he gave away. So Tim gave away 16 muffins at the school bake sale. The room was full of boxes when Sharon began. Then she shipped out 56 boxes. Only 88 boxes were left. So how many boxes were in the room when Sharon began? In this problem here, you need to envision a room full of boxes. When Sharon is all done, there's only 88 boxes left. If she were to ship out 56, how many boxes did she start with? That's what you're trying to figure out. See if you can do this and then restart the video. We recognize that this problem is about separating also. There were boxes in the room. Sharon shipped some of those away. So we write an equation using B to stand for the number of boxes in the room. So B minus A equals R. We know that she shipped away 56 boxes and that she had 88 left over after she was done shipping. So to calculate how many we had to begin with, we're just going to add these two together, the 88 and the 56. We're going to take our 88 and we're going to add it to the 56 she shipped. And that tells us that she had to have started with 144. To verify that she started with 144, if you take the 144 and subtract the 56 she shipped, do you get the 88 boxes that are left over that were told right here? If you do, you got the correct answer. For your practice set, I want you to try to do these 3 on your own and see if you can come up with them and submit them to me along with your TIDs. I'll walk you through the first one. We'll do that one, and then you could be on your own for the other 2. Rover, a St. Bernard, and Spot, an English sheepdog, together weigh 213 pounds. If Rover weighed 118, how much does Spot weigh? So see if you can calculate that out. What I'm going to do is I know that they equal 213 total, the 2 dogs together, and if Spot weighed 118, then if I subtract that from the 213, that'll tell me how much Rover weighed. So I can't subtract 8 from 3, so I'm going to take this 21 and I'm going to change that to a 20. I'm going to carry that 10 over there. So 8 minus 3 is 5. 0 can't be subtracted from 1, so I got to change that 2 to a 1, change that to a 10, and 10 minus 1 is 9. So 95 pounds is what I think that Rover weighed. To verify that, I can take the 118, add it to the 95, 13, carry my 1, 9, 10, 11, carry my 1, 213, to verify that, right? So I know that I was correct, that Rover weighs 95 pounds. See if you can do B and C. Send me your answers along with your TIDs, and we'll work on this lesson tomorrow in class. Thank you.